Wow, wow. I was not expecting that. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode from your boy D at Salvage Nation. This is the episode that I've been waiting for. We're gonna be tearing into my 2014 BMW M135i. I'm gonna be looking to see if we found all the damage. We're gonna be making a parts list. We're gonna be hopefully getting some parts by the end of this episode so that we can get this car back on the road. I hope you guys are doing all right. I am still over the moon at my new build. Let me know what you think of the new build. Let me know what you think of the channel. And if you're watching this, if this is the first time you're watching this channel, my name is D, like I said. I take damaged cars, I rebuild them, put them back on the road. So if you like that kind of content, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm gonna start talking. That's one of the things I'm trying to do. I don't wanna blab, I don't wanna talk. It's all about hard work, dedication, graft. So let's get straight onto the BMW. Have a look, it's raw there. So let's get onto that. We're gonna start stripping down the front end. I wanna see what this engine is looking like at the front, if there's any damage. And I wanna see what hoses or pipes I need to order. I already know that I need to get a rad pack, front bumper, and 2 headlights, but I wanna see what else is hiding behind all of that damage. So let's go. So guys, I want to start by getting this bumper off, and then I can get the front slam panel and the bumper guide off. But to do that, it's already broken, so as long as I'm not going to damage anything else, I'm just going to yank it off. It's all messed up already. Man, oh man, guys, look at that mess. But this is what I love, man. This is what I love. You've seen so many builds on this channel by now. This mess makes me smile because I can't wait to get it off, on with the new, and rebuild it. So let's rebuild it. Alrighty guys, as you've just seen, I've taken off the broken radiator. That is so gone. Broken bumper is over there, front bumper reinforcement is there, and immediately you can see the problem that I was explaining to you. So you've got your oil filter there, This is the oil filter housing, and then these two pipes, one is the feed and one is the return. And as you can see, that's the loop that I was telling you about right there. I had to loop it around there. But normally those two wires, those two pipes I should say, would normally join on here. Here's where we cut it, 1 and 2. And it goes into this little radiator cooler down here. From what I can see, the cooler is okay. I can't see any damage down to that cooler. And this is the cover that goes over there. Even the cover hasn't got any damage. So I'm happy with that. It's just right here, like I showed you earlier, that's where the actual pipes got kind of pinched and it's caused a hole and literally just squirting oil everywhere. So for now, as long as we get some fluids into the engine, I can run the engine just to get the car in and out of the garage with this loop, kind of temporary fix that I've done, because all that does is it loops the oil. Now when these cars are they're performance cars, so when you're pushing them to the limit and you're driving around or you're driving for hours on end, that's when the oil gets really hot and you need the radiator down there to cool it. But for literally just a couple of minutes or 5-10 minutes driving it in and out of the garage, that will be completely fine, just to loop the oil back into the system. And at least then we know the engine has always got oil in there. Now, another thing I didn't notice last night is I need an expansion tank. From above, it looks completely fine, but if you look underneath, there's meant to be a nipple right there that connects to the rad pack, and that is broken. So I'm not even gonna try to fix that. I'm gonna order a new one of those. Or I might try to go down to a Breakers and see if I can grab one. But so far, I haven't seen anything that I'm too crazy about. Haven't seen anything that I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here? The chassis legs look all right. That one is pointing up ever so slightly, but we can straighten that once we pull everything back out. Front stand panel, new rad pack. Some of these cables, however, some of the other coolant hoses like this one, because it got pinched, is all broken. That is broken off the rad pack, so when I get a new rad pack, that would have been fine. But I need to get a new hose. Have a look at that hole right there. And then this is some sort of auxiliary water pump. You can see, actually it snapped off the water pump. That's some sort of water pump right there. I need to order that. That is some sort of return feed. You can see it snapped right there as well. So there's all of these things. It's like, it's not major damage, but because everything got pressed back like that, it's just snapped a load of little plastics, which is annoying. It looks a mess, but there's method to the madness. Right, I want to continue to disassemble. I want to get these broken aluminium bars out of the chassis so I can look at that chassis a little bit better and just continue to clear this whole area. So guys, as you've just seen, I've done a bit more digging around and I've got my phone out, took some pictures of everything that I could find that's broken. I'm going to head down to a local Breakers in a bit. I'll phone ahead and they said they're breaking an entire car, so they should have the majority of everything I need. But guys, I am happy. And on that happy note, let's get down to the part shop. Alright guys, so I'm back from collecting a few parts. It wasn't as fruitful as I hoped. I went down to the Breakers. I was only able to get a water bottle and just 2 return lines right here. I was really hoping to get the oil cooler pipes so that I can fix this, but I didn't manage to get them. However, I got in touch with a company who said that they can repair it for a fraction of the price and it's going to be just as good of a quality as if it came from the main dealer. So I might pay them a visit tomorrow. I'm still thinking about it. I called up BMW in Infield, and even with my trade discount and everything, it's like 200 quid just for those pipes. M135 parts are not cheap, guys. I'm starting to learn that. And then I found out that my crank pulley is actually bent just slightly. You can't really see it, but once the car is running, you can see it trembling a little bit. So I want to change that, and I just want to go ahead and change all of these wires. The oil cooler looks alright, but if you look right there, that little nipple right there is broken. So I need to grab one of them. Back to the drawing board on what the fuck. Typical day in Hackney. Anyway, I just want to move off this high street so badly. But anyway, back to business. It's back to square one with the part search. But for now, it's getting quite late, quite dark, quite wet. So in the morning, I'm going to come back in and we're going to continue stripping down all of these broken bits here, getting it ready to take a new front end. So I'll catch you guys in the morning. morning, guys. So it's the next morning here. What you just saw just now was the crank pulley. If you look closely, I tried to slow it down. You can see it's got a slight little wobble in it. So that means that my crank pulley's bent when everything got pushed back to the front of the engine. It slightly bent the crank pulley. I don't want to keep running the car like that, so I will be ordering a new crank pulley. I've cleared off a few more bits off camera, so I just want to show you that. Cleaned up the front end of the car, and the plan for today is we're going to continue stripping down all the broken bits. So check this out. So like I just said, that's the crank pulley, and when everything got pushed back, that's gone off balance, so it's got a slight wobble, and I don't want to damage the crankshaft within the engine, so I will be getting that off as soon as possible. I want to go ahead and get these two aluminium posts out of the chassis so that we can examine the chassis, as I said, and we're going to just continue to clean up and clear off all of this area and get it nice and ready and prep for putting it on the dozer, where we can sort out these top chassis arms right there. As I said to you in the last episode, we need to pull that, sort this out, put it on the jig, so we will be doing that. But for now, let's go ahead and just continue to clear off the front end of this car. Guys, so I can see here, I can confirm this has got the Motec stance package, which comes with the Motec springs and the Motec spacers, so that is a plus. I'm happy about that. Wow, I was not expecting that. Check it out. So guys, here's a better look at those spacers, and also as a confirmation of that, you can see these extended bolts, and it's got a new lock-in nut set, so that is just confirmation. They probably fitted them over at Motec, and if you look in there, you'll see the Motec springs as well with the Motec logo right there. I'm happy about that. Have a look at the suspension struts as well. It's got the electronic dampening, and I'm happy about that. I'm eager to test those out. But boy, oh boy, look at that chassis leg. I was not expecting that. I thought it was just the upper chassis legs up here, but the bottom chassis legs are gone. Oh my God. However, the good thing is, this is the subframe mounting point, and as you can see, everything right here is not damaged. The silver lining is, if this was damaged, then that would have affected the subframe, which would have affected the trajectory and the drive of the car. So that has not been affected. We should be able to connect a dozer right here, and then literally just pull all of that out. And speaking of dozer, you would have seen in an earlier video on the Polo, I went down to Bradford and I collected a dozer jig setup, so that should make light work of that. And there we go, you can really see it's pushed all the way in that way. This is pushed in, and it's tugged everything here downwards with it, but I wasn't expecting that. This side is a lot better. It's just got some surface damage right here, but this is why I can't, you have to really dig down these cars and double check everything before you can make any assessment of what you need to be doing. So with all of that, now that I've found that, I was not expecting that. Man, oh man. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out and just continue tearing down the front end. guys, that's going to be it for the teardown. I've got a full list of all the parts that I need. I've found some crazy damage, more than I expected, but you know what, we keep it moving. I'm somewhat disappointed because the seller told me that it wasn't that bad, it was just the top. However, it's a place that I've been before and I've done jobs like this many a time, so we're going to keep it moving and we're going to blitz that out. It's better content for you guys, and it just means that the build goes on a bit longer. But let me show you everything that we found. Like I said earlier on, I needed to get a new crank pulley, so that is going to be ordered. This is the connector for the coolant bottle, but as you've seen, I picked up one of them yesterday at the breakers. I need to get a new airbox. This is all that's left of my airbox, but I'm not sure. I might put an aftermarket induction kit, so I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it. The airbox normally comes down, and then this is the charge pipe, well, one of them. This one is snapped, so I need to get a charge pipe. Coming around the front, I need to get a complete front slam panel, complete rad pack, and 2 headlights, and that should take care of that. Bit of bodywork here, bit of bodywork there. But the main important thing is the engine is solid. Like, there's nothing wrong with the engine. I'm gonna be jacking it up. I wanna check the engine mount, see what condition they're in. But I'm not overly concerned with anything else other than what we discovered when we removed this plastic. And this is the thing, like, when you go to see these cars, you really need to make sure, man. But that chassis leg is completely creased in. I had to fit a brand new battery to the car, but check this out. This is the original battery that came in the car, and I've had this little Nico battery charger. It's a Nico Genius. I've introduced this on the channel before. The company that makes this actually sent this out to me, but this has saved me so many batteries. And if you look right there, it says 12-volt repair. And it does take some time, but what it does is it shocks the little cells in the battery on a very, very low kind of cellular level. And I don't know how it does it, but it repairs damaged cells in batteries. And Akil has used it on his Mercedes, I've used it on countless builds, and it brings these batteries back to life. So I'm gonna leave it, just leave that there, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that will bring that back. But if it doesn't, like I said, I've already got a brand new battery fitted to the car, but it's always good to save these AGM batteries because they're quite expensive. I think that I've done everything that I can do for today. I'm gonna pack up, clean up all of this mess, cover all the engine bits, make sure that no water gets into this, make sure that no debris gets into this, because this is the air intake straight into the engine chambers and what's not. I don't want to cause any damage there. The car is still a very lovely car. I'm still happy with it. But like I said, it just means that there's a little extra work that I need to do there. So guys, there you have it. The teardown on my 2014 BMW M135i is complete. I found some extra damage, but we keep it moving. I've got a parts list. I know exactly what I need. I know exactly what I need to get. So hopefully in the next episode, we should have some parts. But before we get to that stage, we need to repair all the chassis damage, make sure that everything is nice and straight, and all of that is going to be coming on this build. So if you want to follow and see how we get on, make sure you smash that subscribe button. If you like this episode, make sure you press the like button, and this is where we're going to head off. So, like I always say, keep it moving, and I'll see you in the next one. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Click here to see what YouTube thinks you should watch, or click here to check out this playlist on one of my previous builds. And I'll catch you in the next one. We out.